I'm going to have to revisit this incel, Damian Walters. Why? Because his channel keeps showing up on my feed, particularly this one here. Who is Batman made for? It has incels written on it. Now it's members only. Why is it members only? Because when these guys want to go on the attack and not get any pushback for it, they make it members only. How do I know this, guys? How do I know this? Because this shyster here, Shelby does stuff and exists. She made this disgusting video called Lonely Men Are Not Ugly, They Are Dangerous. So she was giving misinformation. They were calling lonely guys, in other words, low status men who can't get the girl, they're evil people, right? And you know what happened? That wasn't members only originally. She built up enough fan base that she felt she could make this hideous, disgusting propaganda. And know what happened? Her members, her subs were so disgusted, they actually stood up for themselves. And they reported that video. So what she did was she re-uploaded it and put members only. It's hard to report if you don't have timestamps because you would have to pay this woman for the privilege of being insulted by her. Worse than insulted, demonized. So, Walter, where are you? Incel Walter, where are you? That's why I think you put it members only. And I'm going to show why I call you an incel. Because Batman fans they abound everywhere. You type in Batman, you get all kinds of stuff. He's a very, very popular character among guys. Now, don't get me wrong. Batman fan fiction guys, they drive me crazy, but that's beside the point. This is a very popular character. And why is he popular? Because he fights the bad guys, he fights another group of guys, and then he gains status from this. Like he's a lone wolf, he has power, he does it through his own grit and his own efforts. And he becomes somebody, he fights for justice, right? So for you, where are you, incel? For you to demonize these guys as incels and therefore bad, that shows you that you have contempt for these guys. But also, you're one of them because you found your group of bad guys to fight, Walter, only because you're so cowardly, Walter, because you're so cowardly. You found the weakest guys that won't fight back, the weakest group to punch down on. And a lot of the reasons why these guys are weak is because they're disorganized. The average guy doesn't see himself as an incel. So when you attack them, they don't realize you're aiming at them. But again, Walter, you're one of them. You're one of them, Walter. Now, where are we here? Now, in this video here, which I already talked about, Stanley Kubrick, right? Here's a guy saying, he's calling you out. Toxic masculinity, yawn. Toxic masculinity, yawn. So you incel, you are pandering to women at men's expense. You're finding the evil group of bad guys to fight, Walter. And you're trying to up your status, right? Now, here's another thing, guys, I want to point out. Right underneath, there's me challenging Stanley. So Damian. So Damian, I know you saw these and you said nothing to me. Matter of fact, it only says 2 replies, right? So he erased mine. He banned me, everyone. And he didn't even say anything back to me, right? These cowardly incels don't even have the ability to engage in the conversation they claim that they always do. That's why I ignore people when they say, "Oh, you want to engage in why don't you engage your competition or not competition, your whoever's against you?" Well, guys don't, right? This is this is why I obey the real rules of engagement on YouTube. Not the rules guys pretend that people go by. I go by the actual rules. That's why I feel no shame at all for just banning guys who come onto my comment section and spout man hatred. I don't owe them that because these guys are the same way. Matter of fact, if I search through his comment section and I see him and I click on it, his words won't come up. Notice, not only am I banned, you don't see what he said. He's made sure I can't see what he says because this coward, this incel coward, is what you are, Damian. You're an incel coward. You don't want anyone looking at what you have to say and then showing other people what it is so they can examine it. And you definitely don't want to be challenged on your man hatred. Because you know something, your man hatred isn't based on anything good, of course. It isn't based on anything. So you can't justify it and you can't defend it. You are unable to defend it. But I'm going to end off saying you are an incel, Walter, because you behave just like them. And as for you average guys, like you've got lots of losers in your comment section, like bragging this video up, not realizing he means you. You think a character like Batman being as popular as he is, you think every guy is an incel who's into this? Well, according to this incel, yes, you are. See, he's not an incel according to himself because he's not into Batman, right? He's into finding people, vulnerable guys who can't defend themselves and dunking on them. That's this big hero's actions. Anyway, if I were you, I'd take that video down. This disgusting, where is it? This disgusting, hateful video. Now, people will argue, I haven't seen this video. Why? Because you made it members only, because that's what people do when they want to say terrible things and not have their channel reported. Anyway, we'll end it here.